Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Eye of the Storm by Ulrime, and here are the rules, or Ulrim, I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly. We have standard Sudoku, where each digit 1 through 9 appears exactly once in each row, column, and 3 by 3 region. We have non-consecutive rule, where cells that are orthogonally adjacent cannot contain consecutive digits. And what orthogonally adjacent means is that they share an edge. So these two cells are orthogonally adjacent and cannot contain consecutive digits. These digits are diagonally adjacent, so they could potentially contain consecutive digits. And that's how consecutive works. Sorry, non-consecutive works. We have palindromes, where digits on a gray line read the same forwards and backwards, or one way as they do the other way. So, for example, you could have something like 575, and this would be a valid palindrome, right? Because it reads the same one way as it does the other way. And that's example of how palindromes work. And we finally have fog, where correctly placing the first digits in the grid will reveal the hidden cell in the eye of the storm. Pretty cool. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. My question is, where should we start coloring? I'm well, I mean, there's multiple, like, potential ones. Like, box 2 seems fine. Box 4 is really good. Box 5 has a decent amount of stuff, too. Box 6 does also. Let's just place letters right now, and then we'll see where we want to start coloring. So A and A, B and B, C and C, D and D. And then we have E, E, F, F, G, G, and this is we have H and H, I and I, and these are J's. K and K, L and L, M and M. We have N and N, and this is O and O. P, P, Q, Q, R, R, S, S, and these are T's. Okay. So, guess the question is, which one matches with which, right? So A and B, A needs to be somewhere along row 4. A cannot be cannot be CDH, obviously, because they're in the same box. Cannot be N. It could be K. Cannot be J. It cannot be O. And it cannot be G, because they're in the same box. What about B? I think B is very similar. B cannot be CDH. Cannot be N. It could be K. It cannot be J because they're in the same box. It cannot be... It could be O. Wait, no, it can't be K. Okay. How do we approach this? Let's start coloring box 4. So light, medium, dark, green, orange, green, pink, orange, red, yellow, blue. So again, green cannot, this is blue. K could be green. J cannot. O cannot, because it's in the same column here. G cannot, and this cell could be. What about pink? Pink cannot be any of these. It cannot be here. It cannot be J. So pink has to be O or G. O, G, or this color. So pink can be one of these two. Since pink is one of these two, where is pink in row 6? Has to be M, H, or O. Cannot be H, so it cannot be M because it's in the same column as B, so it has to be O. So this is O, which means this cannot be pink. Okay. Does that help? That matches this. This is B. This is green. This is light. This is medium. Blue is here. Blue is here. So blue has to be one of these three. It's either here or it's R or it's F. Okay. This cell cannot be blue, yellow, or red. So it's green or orange here. Because we see K here. G could be orange. So we have P, Q, and N. So this is yellow. This is red. The remaining colors in column 3 are green, pink, and light, right? So green, pink, and light. Green, pink, and light. This cannot be light because we have a light in that row. This cannot be green because we have a green in that row. And that's it. Again, remaining colors in row 4 can be, we have green already accounted for. Orange can be any of these. We have red, yellow, and blue. Blue's here, though. So it's red and yellow. Red and yellow. Red and yellow. So G can be red, yellow, or orange. J can be red, yellow, or orange. H is dark, so this is dark here. K is green or orange. Remaining cells in row 6 can be light, medium, green, or orange. Light, medium, green, or orange. So light, medium, green, or orange. So that matches this, which would be light, medium, green, or orange, not pink. Light, medium, green, or orange. Cannot be green because of the A, the green in the column. So O is the same as B. So we have B. Let's see. This is light, medium. Oh, cannot be light because we have a light in the column. So this can't be light. This is medium, green, or orange. Okay. Hmm. E is light, medium, green, or orange. It cannot be green, again, because of the A, that's green. Okay, so where is light in row 6? It must be S or E. So S or E is light. E cannot be light. So since E can't be light because of the C there, where's light in row 6? It must be S. So this is light, which makes this light here. So that means C is the same as S. And where is C in column 5 or box 5? Can't be here, can't be here, can't be here, can't be here. This must be C. And is light. Hard to see that, but yeah. L and I. Okay. So C's are all the same. Okay, what about the rest of box 5? Which L and I. So no light, no dark. We could have medium in either spot. So medium, or red, yellow. So this is medium, red, yellow for L and I. Medium, red, yellow. And medium, red, yellow. We have a medium, red, yellow, orange quadruplet in box 2, which eliminates medium, yellow, red, and orange in the rest of the box. So that means we have a blue and a dark remaining. Blue cannot be here, so blue has to be here, which forces this to be dark. That means F is blue. Where is the dark in column 6? It has to be here. So R is dark. So we have R as dark. Okay. So L cannot be orange. I cannot be orange. That means J or G is orange, which means J and G is one of these is orange, so that eliminates orange from the rest of row 4. So orange cannot be in K, so K must be green. This can't be orange or green, so it's yellow or red. So K is green, so M cannot be green. So K is the same as A. So that's A. M is orange or medium. We have an orange medium pair then in column 5, which eliminates orange and medium in the rest of the column. This can't be orange. This is light. That means this can't be orange. Whereas we have a yellow-red pair now in row 6, which eliminates yellow and red in the rest of the cells. So G must be orange. Since G is orange, this is a G. That eliminates orange for E, so E must be medium. So E is medium. That means M is not medium. So M is orange, so M is the same as G. So this is G. We have J and I, which cannot be the same as E. So I cannot be medium. I cannot be medium. That means L, we have a yellow-orange pair in column 6, which eliminates yellow and orange in the rest of the column. So L must be medium. And L then matches E, which matches D. So these are all D. J is here, which forces this to be I. So R matches H. And this is H also. I and J are here, so this must be I, because it cannot be J. Therefore, this is J here, and is red or yellow. Let's see. So F is the same as N. So these are all F. We have A, B, C, D, F, G, H. And then we have P and Q. We have to have A somewhere here. T, what can T be? So remaining colors in columns 4. We have no light, no medium, no dark. It could be green, pink, not orange, or red or yellow. Green, pink, red, or yellow. So T is green, pink, red, or yellow. Cannot be pink or yellow, so T has to be green or red. Cannot be red because of the P there. Therefore, T is green, which eliminates green in the rest of the boxes they're in columns. This can't be yellow because of the yellow in the row. So this is pink or red. This is green. We have a pink light pair in column 3, so this can't be pink, that's green. So T's are also A's. Okay. Remaining colors in column 5. We are looking for a blue and red and yellow. Okay. Oops. Blue, red, yellow. And this can't be red because of the red in the row. Okay. Okay. Okay, Q has to be one of these two here. P has to be one of these two here. A has to be one of these two here. A has to be one of those two here. B. B can be... Okay. Um... hmm. What else do we have? What are the remaining colors in row 3? We have, well, or do we do column 2? Maybe we should do column 2. Let's look at the remaining colors in column 2. We have light, dark, no green, orange, red, and blue. Okay. This can't be light or blue. This can't be orange or dark. These can't be red. This can't be red. This can't be orange. This can't be light. Interesting. Not too helpful. Okay. What about these? What digits are consecutive with which? Obviously, if you're consecutive with everything but another digit, you have to be 1 or 9. But we don't really know. So B is consecutive. Wow, B is consecutive with a lot of things. So B is consecutive with D, A, Q, and G. D and G are repeated. And H, so it could be J, which is the same as Q. B is both consecutive with J and I. So is it consecutive with C or F is the question. So B is consecutive with everything but C and F so far. Okay. Okay. C is consecutive with A, D, H, and I. And it's always A, D, H, interestingly enough. D, H, A, C, D, H. Okay, that's pretty wide. D is consecutive with C, B, H, G, and F. Again, B, C, G a lot. So A, again, is one of these two. B could be very varied. C is one of these three. C is also one of these two. Okay, so B again. Oh, that's interesting. So B is again next to A, D, G, and Q. It's next to both J and I, so therefore all of red and yellow. And it's also next to F. So where can B not... Oh, wait. Hold up. B again is next to A, D, G, and Q. It's not next to F. Okay, yeah, I don't know why I said it's next to F. It's next to both I and J, which is red and yellow, so it's next to yellow, and it's next to dark. Okay. Okay. So it cannot be next to both C and F. Um, hmm. But there's nothing here where it would be next to C and F. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. So this is a BC pair here. Okay. This is B and P. This is B, P, or Q. J is next to A, B, A, and I. A, B, and then all the red and yellow. So none of those can be consecutive with it. J is next to H also. J has to be one of these two. That's not helpful. What about I? I is next to C, B, and J. So C, B, and the red, yellow. It's also next to dark. It's next to F. It's next to G. Huh. Hmm. It could be next to I, A, potentially. Hmm. Or this is essentially known as a BJ pair here. Hmm. B and J. And this has to be F. This is F and I. Interesting. Okay. Uh, how many G's do we have? A lot. Not that many. Hmm. Um. Okay. What happens? So, what is B next to? A, D, G, and Q. It's next to both J and I. It's next to H. So, say this was a B. If this was B, this would have to be C. and B would be next to C, so B would have to be 1 or 9. And therefore, F would be 2 or 8. So then this would be, right, B and F could not be consecutive with each other. So then this could not be F, this would be I. F and I are guaranteed next to be next to each other. We already know that, though. F and I are connected. Can F essentially be the same as P? Can I be P, essentially, is the question, right? If I is P, that means this is P here. So F is here. So F would be surrounded by G and Q. It could be if next to, if I, P is I, then it would be here. F is consecutive with H. F is consecutive with D and C. So then A would have to be 7 or 3, if that's the case. Ah, but that's a contradiction because F and A would be next to each other. Right? So if this is B, this would be C. B would have to be consecutive with only F. So this can't be F, this is B and I. So F would have to be here. So F would be consecutive, cannot be consecutive with B, obviously, but it would be consecutive with G, Q. Oh, wait, hold up. That was, no, okay, so those are two separate things. Those are two separate things. Um, Okay, so we're saying what happens if I is red. If I is red, then this becomes pink. Okay. And then this has to be yellow. So then this is blue. This is red. Okay. Then this becomes yellow, yellow, not yellow, that's red, not yellow. Okay. So pink is again next to these 4. Okay, let's try it again the other way. So say this is B. If this is B, this is obviously pink. This is not pink, so that's light. This is not light, so that's pink. And then B would be next to A, D, Q, and G. It's next to both J and I. It's next to H. It's next to C. So it would not be next to F. So then this would have to be I. This would be F. This would be J, obviously. So this would be J, which would force that to be red. And this would be yellow. So J would be red. I would be yellow. Okay. This could no longer be blue. Okay. And then, again, F would be, so F is never consecutive with B. So this cannot be blue, because that would be consecutive with it. or adjacent to it, and they would be consecutive. F cannot be with G or Q, which would be I. Cannot be H or D. Obviously, B is removed. Cannot be next to A. It's next to C. So that means P would have to be 3 or 7. Okay. And red would definitely be one of these two, so it cannot be consecutive. Therefore, this can't be blue, because that would force red to be here. So this must be blue. Okay, so this can't be C. Well, we already knew that. This is not C. So P is one of those two. So far, this is looking fine. F cannot be here, because that's next to B. And it cannot be next to P either, or J, whichever one you want to call it. So F can't be here. F can't be here. Red, what is red consecutive with? Red has A and Q. It has G. It has B. It has H. It does not have F. And C or D. It does have C. So then D has to be the one it can't be next to. So far, this is looking all fine. So, okay. So what if I is red? Okay. I don't know. This doesn't feel like an easy problem. Maybe I'm just overcomplicating it, but seems like this is not easy. This can't be red then. This is pink. This can't be pink or red. This is yellow, so this can't be yellow. This is blue. This is not blue. This is red. So this is F. This is I. We have J here and B here. Okay, what does that mean? B is next to A, D, Q, and G again. Can be next to H. It's next to both red and yellow. It's not next to C yet. Okay, so we don't have an endpoint for B. What is red next to? Red is next to green and yellow. It's next to blue. It's next to dark. It's next to light. It's next to B. So red so far is not next to orange or medium in this case. Okay. What about yellow? Oh boy. Yellow is next to pink, red, or blue. It's next to dark. It's next to green. It's next to medium. What about orange or light? Yellow, yellow, yellow. So far, nothing. Ugh. Okay, so right now I don't have any restrictions here. This is kind of frustrating, actually. I don't know how else to proceed with this. F. What's F next to? Okay, it's next to G and Q. It's next to light, red, and A. It's next to dark. It's next to D. Oh, interesting. So in both those, okay, so F then could only be next to B. And we know B, so F would have to be 1 or 9. Oh, that's interesting. F would be 1 or 9. B would have to be 2 or 8. B is next to A, D, G, and Q. It's next to H. It's next to I. So it would not be next to C. C is next to 3 and 7. So then C is next to A and D. It's not next to B. It's next to H. Red. Okay, A, C, H, D. It's next to F. No D and H. It's not next to yellow. And it's not next to orange. But this is, unfortunately, this doesn't lead us anywhere. So no contradictions, unfortunately. How else do we approach this then? Can't. So, well, if this is, well, what about yellow? Oh, wait, hold up. I think I might have run into a contradiction. I just didn't, I don't know. I'm not sure, though. So pink, not pink. This is red. This is not red. Not red. Not yellow. Not yellow. Not red. Okay, so this cannot be red. This is not pink. This is light. Oh, no, wait, because so this is light. So this could be blue. Okay. Never mind. I thought I had a contradiction there, but it was not. I'm gonna pause. I need to go bathroom. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Let's continue. It's getting dark here. I want to solve this. Let's solve it. Yeah, this is kind of annoying, I must say, but So pink right now is not next to C or F. Okay. If we have B here as pink, then it still cannot be next to F because it must be next to C. If this is red, that means F is here. PA, this is P. What can A be next to? A is next to C, B, and P. G and J. F. Not I, though. D. So A could be next to Q or H. Or, sorry, is not next to Q or H so far. That's not really restrictive. What about H? H can't be here or here. What's H next to? H is next to D and G. B and C. And I. Wait, H is next to H is next to DG F DGF B C and I and J. So H is a corner and cannot be next to A at all. So H is a 1 or a 9. We know that for certain. Because it's next to both I and J in, which is red and yellow. It's next to B, it's next to C, it's next to D, G, and F. So H is a 1 or 9. Okay. A is a 2 or 8. Guaranteed. So what is A not next to? A is next to B, C, and P. Next to J. But not next to I. It's next to F. Obviously, it's not next to H. Is it next to D? I don't think it's next to D. So B, C, and J. Next to red. It's next to B and J again. C and F and J. Okay. Dark cannot be next to green, so this cannot be dark here. Dark cannot be next to green here, so this can't be dark here. That is helpful. So dark is either here or here. Dark cannot be either of these. Dark cannot be, well, dark can't be even in that row. What else are we next to? So dark is one of these two. Green. again next to, oh, it is next to G. So green is next to these three, obviously. It's next to G. It's next to F. It's next to J, which could still be the same as P. Is it next to D? I don't think so. It is next to D. So it's next to D. Ah, there we go. Okay, so there we go. So that means Q has to be 3, 7. Because A is next to B, C, and P, pink, light, and red. It's also next to medium here. It's obviously not next to dark. It's next to G, and it's next to F. So it cannot be next to yellow, which means this cannot be yellow. This is blue, which means this can't be blue. So this is yellow or red. This is F. This cannot be yellow. So this is a pink red pair, which eliminates pink and red in the rest of the column. So this can't be red. This is yellow. This can't be yellow. This is red. So this can't be red here. This is yellow. I don't know. This feels still not easy. So we know I is the same as Q. So this is all, what the, why did this, this has to be yellow. So I is essentially 3, 7. 3 or 7. It cannot be next to the 2 or 8 here. Okay. That tells us something decent then. Okay, so yellow. What is yellow next to? It's next to B, F, and P. So this is P is J. So P is J. Okay. F is, no, not F. Yellow. Yellow's next to these three. It's next to C. It's next to F. Well, we already have that. It's next to D. It's next to dark. Obviously, that's fine. Next to B and J, that's fine. Next to G. So it's not next to D. So D has to be 4 and 6. So D is 4 or 6. What is D next to? We have BC, F, G. So D has to be next to, cannot be next to J. So J has to be a 5. So J is a 5. Aha, and that gives us the 2. So C is 2. So we know C has to be 2, which means green has to be 8. So green is 8, dark is 9. We don't know about these, so we can remove those. Dark is 9. Yellow is 7. Medium is 6. Okay. So then we have 5. B cannot be 4. That means B cannot be here. If B was here, this would be C. And then B would have to be next, cannot be next to F. Only. But then F would not be possible to be 1 because 1 would be next to 2. Right, so F cannot be 1. So this cannot be B. this has to be red and is 5. So this is not red. This is pink and B. Okay. So we're looking for 4. Well, okay, we're looking for 1. 1 is either B, G, or F. Cannot be F. So 1 is B or G. And cannot be... 1 is B or G. 1 is B or G. C is 2. Okay, what is 5 next to? It could be next to 2. 5 is next to B. So B cannot be 4. So B is 1 or 3. So B is 1 or 3 because it's not it's next to a 5. G is 1, 3, or 4. And F is 3 or 4, I believe. Right? Oh, well, there you go. 3 and... okay, so... right. So, no. G cannot be... F cannot be 1 or 3. It has to be 4. So F has to be 4. So since F is 4, orange cannot be 3. Orange has to be then 1. So orange is 1. And then pink has to be 3. So pink is 3. Okay, so now... we have to figure out where everything else is. And we do have the digits, which is good. So this is 2 or 3 here. 2 or 3 here. And now we can figure out probably just by looking at... so again, A is 8. That doesn't help us much. Okay. Let's look at row 1. We have all the odd digits, interestingly enough. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 8 cannot be next to... okay, so this cannot be 3 or 7. 8 cannot be next to 9. This can't be 5. This can't be 3 or 5. This can't be 1 or 9. This can't be 7 because of the digits in the columns. This is not consecutive, so that's fine. What about row 2? Row 2, we have 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. And this can't be 2 or 8. No 7 or 8. This can't be 5. It's consecutive with 6. No 5 here. No 5 or 8. No 2. No 4 or 7. This can't be 2 because of it's be consecutive with 1. Okay. Row 7. We have 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. This can't be 2 or 5. Sorry, it can't be 5 or 8. So this is 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. This can't be 5 or 8. We have a 2, 4, 9 triplet in row 7, which eliminates 2, 4, 9 in the rest of the row. So this is a 5, 8 pair here. This can't be 2 because of 2 in the column. 5 cannot be consecutive with 6, so this is 8. This is 5. 5 can't be consecutive with 4, so this is not 4. So 4 has to be one of those 2. 9 cannot be consecutive with 8, so this is 2, which means this can't be 2. So there we go. So then 5 eliminates 5 here. This 8 eliminates 8 here. We have a 4, 7 pair in row 2, which eliminates 4, 7 in the rest of the row. This can't be 4 or 7. This is 8. This can't be 4. It's 2, which makes this 5. This can't be 5 anymore because of 5 in the box. Where's the 5 in row 1? It has to be here, so this is 5. 7 cannot be consecutive with 8, so this is 4. This is 7. That eliminates 7 here. 7 cannot be consecutive with 8, so this is 3, which eliminates 3 in the rest of the row. We need a 7, so this must be 7 here in row 1. 2 eliminates 2 here, so this is 3, this is 2. Okay. And we have 8 2s. We know where the last 2 has to be. It has to be there. We have all the 8s. Okay. Remaining digits in column 9. We have 1, 3, and 9. This can't be 9, so that's fine. Remaining digits in box 3. We have 1, 6, and 9. This can't be 1 or 9, so that's 6, which means this can't be 6. 9 cannot be consecutive with 8, so this is 1, which makes this 9, which makes this 1. 9 eliminates 9 here. Remaining digits in row 3 are 4 and 9. Interesting. 4 cannot be consecutive with 5, so this is 9, this is 4. 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 4 and 9. That leaves this digit as 1, so that makes this 3 and 1 here. Remaining digits in column 1 are 3 and 6. This can't be 3 because it's 3 in the row, so that's 6 and 3. We're close to solving it, so we celebrate the 3 in the corner. We have 7 and 9 remaining in row 8. This can't be 9 because of 9 in the column, so that's 7, 9. That leaves this as a 6 and this as a 4. Let's just make sure the consecutiveness is set. 1, not consecutive with 5 or 7. 5, 1, 2, 8. Nope. 8, 5, 6, 2. 2, 8, 6, 8, 9, 6, 6, 2, 3, 4. 4, 6, 1, 7. 7, 4, 4, 3. 3, 7, 8, 9. 9 with 3 or 5. 5 with 9, 8, 2, 8 with 3, 4, 5, 6, interesting, 4 with 1, 1, 7, 8, 1 with 3, 4, 4, 8, 3 with 1, 6, 5, 9, 9 is not 8 around it, 6 does not have 5 or 7, 2 does not have 1 or 3, 7 does not have 6 or 8, 4 does not have 3 or 5, 9 does not have 8, 3 does not have 2 or 4, 7 does not have 6 or 8. 5 does not have 4 or 6. 8 does not have 7 or 9. 1 doesn't have 2. 6 does not have 5 or 7. 2 doesn't have 1 or 3. 7 doesn't have 6 or 8. 1 doesn't have 2. 3 doesn't have 2 or 4. 5 does not have 6 or 4. 8 doesn't have 7 or 9. 4 does not have 3 or 5. 9 doesn't have 8. 6 does not have 5 or 7. 2 doesn't have 1 or 3. 8 does not have 7 or 9. 3 does not have 2 or 4 around it. 1 does not have 2 around it. 6 does not have 5 or 7. 2 does not have 3 or 1. 7 does not have 6 or 8. 5 does not have 4 or 6. 9 doesn't have 8. 4 doesn't have 3 or 5. 6 does not have 5 or 7. 2 doesn't have 1 or 3. 8 doesn't have 7 or 9. And 3 doesn't have 4 or 2. 9 doesn't have 8. 1 doesn't have 2. 4 doesn't have 3 or 5. 7 doesn't have 6 or 8. 5 doesn't have 4 or 6. 9 doesn't have 8. 4 doesn't have 5 or 3. 7 doesn't have 6 or 8. 3 doesn't have 2 or 4. 1 doesn't have 2. 6 doesn't have 5 or 7. 2 doesn't have 3 or 1. 5 doesn't have 4 or 6. 8 doesn't have 7 or 9. 3 doesn't have 4 or 2. 7 doesn't have 6 or 8. 9 doesn't have 8. 2 doesn't have 1 or 3. 4 doesn't have 3 or 5. 8 doesn't have 7 or 9. 5 doesn't have 4 or 6. 1 doesn't have 2. 6 does not have 5 or 7. 3 doesn't have 2 or 4. 8 doesn't have 9. 2 doesn't have 1 or 3. 5 doesn't have 4 or 6. 7 doesn't have 6 or 8. 9 doesn't have 8. 6 does not have 5 or 7. 4 doesn't have 3 or 5. And 1 doesn't have 2. So that satisfies that. That was not easy. I'm sorry. This is not an easy puzzle. Very cool, though. Very interesting logic behind it, particularly when I had to figure out what was next to what and what could be next to what. But, yeah, that was not easy. Challenging, yeah, I would put it at challenging, but not easy. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.